Hey, good morning. We are live. Danny Cobbin, 1 Coaching, and we're talking wellness today, but from maybe a different perspective than normal. I used to be a physical trainer. I mean, I guess I still am. Used to be. You always are one of those things. But before that, I was also at UPS. And here's what I learned through the course of time: wellness is more than fitness. And let me tell you why I say that. I remember at UPS, there was different levels of drivers, right? Like we have all shapes and sizes and things like that. But there was a difference between healthy drivers and drivers that just went out there and get the job done. A common misconception with people, and especially at UPS, is, hey, I'm out here working in the heat all day and I'm moving. So that's technically what I should be doing to be healthy, but that's not it. Like, so if that was the case, why do we have big UPS drivers? And that's because our bodies get used to what we do every day. So if I'm somebody that I go out and I walk every single day, I have to add a little bit to that walk if I want to get a little bit more. But I said we were going to talk about wellness from a different perspective. And now wellness is health, fitness, and a lot of other things all combined into one. And and that for some reason that reminds me of a story. Story time. so working at the lab for a really long time, I had Benny Wiley. He was the guy that started the thing. He won NBC Strong. You may have seen him there. But when I came to the lab the first time, I had been working out for quite a bit of time. I worked at UPS. I walked in there and I'm like, yeah, let's go. And I'm getting it, but like I'm tired. I'm dead. I'm beat. I can still remember a time where my friend Kristen, the first time she brought me to the lab, she was like, hey, this is Coach Josh Jones. He is going to work us out today. And I was laying on the wall like, oh. And I asked them, I was like, I thought I was in really good shape because of UPS. And they were like, oh, no, no, no. It's more than just being in shape when you want to compete at a higher level. So if you want to do more than just to come in here and survive, you're going to have to eat better. You're going to have a better relationship with your family. You're going to have your mental space in where it needs to be, so that when you come into the gym, you can lay it all out on the line and not care what happens. Come back tomorrow and do it again. I thought it was very interesting when they told me that wellness was more than just my physical fitness. Wellness is my family. How is me and my family doing? How are the twins? How are my teenagers doing? Like, because whenever those things are down, I'm not in my optimal mood. In fact, I don't know very much about viruses other than what my friend Kim told me. And what Kim told me was this: viruses do what viruses do. And Danny, there is nothing you can do to stop a virus if it wants to do something. But she told me this: when my immune system is high, I'm going to do better. And people think immune system and they think, "Oh, I need to eat healthy. I need to have more vitamin C or take more fish oil or whatever." But stress is a part of the game. Like when I know, like this is what I know, that there's three principles behind life. And those three principles, I'm not going to get into them. But what's important for our conversation today is that my mind, whenever my mind is quiet, new things come fresh and new. So what happened is what was it? Probably 5 years ago or so, Courtney, maybe more now, was going on this health journey where she wanted to lose weight. She's like, I want to lose 30, 40, 50 pounds and I want to keep it off. And and I was like, let's work out more. Let's eat better. Let's do this. Let's do that. And none of those were the problem. She was eating well. She was working out. We didn't have kids then, so we weren't stressed out. So it wasn't that. Or we weren't stressed from the kids, but she was stressed from her job. And what we went to somewhere specific where they were like, hey, we'll walk you through the steps. And that's important, right? Is sometimes we need somebody that's already been there. Because if we find somebody that's already been there, they can keep us from making some of those same mistakes that they made previously. So back to the story. Courtney is going to this place, and this is what they tell her: your cortisol levels are super high. This is super high. You seem to be really stressed out. And unless we do something about that stress level, like your body is going to keep on retaining the weight. So you could eat well, you could eat green vegetables all day, you could eat more, drink more fish oil, you could do this, you could do that, but until your level of stress subsides, you're going to be in the same spot. And for me, when I've been stressed this morning. I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning. I was like, hey, I'm going to do these guys a video. We're going to talk about the 5 seeing habits. We're going to see what that's about. And then I get in here and I'm talking about it. And I'm like, I'm not really connected to this information. I really don't know what it is that I want to communicate to people. I don't really know what I want people to get from this specific thing. So I go in there and I'm talking to Courtney and I'm like, golly, like I don't even know what I'm doing here. I have no idea what's going on or why I'm doing this or how I'm doing this or why I'm supposed to be doing or what people want to hear, blah, 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 blah. And then out of nowhere, I realized that's not how it works. That's not how it works. Everything starts off as nothing. I was in an orchestra in 6th grade, right? Maybe some of you guys were in band or choir or something like that. And if you were, you kind of sort of know what I'm going to be talking about here. When we started in 6th grade, it did not sound the same as when we were in 12th grade. Day one of 8th grade did not sound like the last day of 8th grade. So there is always more to see, more to figure out. But I stopped caring about what I was going to say or how I was going to say it or who was going to listen. And I started talking about the things that matter to me, the things that impact me, the things that I think really changed the game in my own life. Things like, I don't have to think about that. I don't have to listen to everything up here. Like there's a lot of useful things that flow around up here. Lots and lots of useful things. But whenever I get up here and I'm stuck up here, it feels almost like there's a cord that's twisting and turning. And that's the same feeling I get when I'm upset, angry, and frustrated. And what I know is when I'm angry, upset, and frustrated, I'm making the wrong decisions. Yesterday, it was what time was it? It was 5:30, 6 o'clock, something like that. And 5:30, like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go into the lab. I'm gonna start writing. I'm gonna start getting myself where I need to go so that I can make sure my things are done for tomorrow. Because as you know, when you got babies, you ain't nothing other than babies to hang out with, right? Okay, so it's like 5:45 or something like that. And Courtney walks out of the room. Morgan's here. They're just chilling, and the babies start crying. And I get frustrated with that sometimes, like internally frustrated. Not because the babies are crying, but because I just went 8, 9 hours with them and their cry time was minimized. Like, yeah, they're crying because my brother bit me, or I'm crying because my brother took my purse, or my sister like did this or that. Yes, those things happen throughout the day. But I've learned to listen to the babies in a different way. So lots of times what happens is we listen how we were trained to listen. And that's to fix the problem. That is to see where it is in that problem or what that person is saying that I can combat or that I can make better. That's what we've been trained to do. But just like listening to music, that's how I listen to the kids. There's a vibration, a frequency that they have that when I'm listening, when I'm truly listening, like I can hear what they're saying. They're not talking English, but I can hear what they're saying. So 5:45, they start crying. I'm like, man, I'll just take care of this because I knew what the cry was. Let's go outside, do something. They were like, hey, let's move around. Let's explore. Let's play. And I was so frustrated with Courtney and Morgan at the time because I'm like, how is it that you didn't know this? But here's what's crazy. I have 8 hours a day for the last 2 years of listening to them and playing with the idea of, is this what they want? Is this what they want? Is this what they need? Is this what they need? I don't stress out about it when they cry, because I know that the stress, the building, the frustration, the tension up here, all of this up here is keeping me from hearing what they have to say. It's keeping me from moving in and out of the situations that I have today. And then they look like stress. And then when they look like stress, what ends up happening is I keep packing on weight and packing on weight and packing on weight and wondering what's going on. And then get stressed out because, oh man, I'm still gaining weight. Getting stressed out because I'm still not getting followers. Getting stressed out because people are not communicating and leaving comments and things like that. Like, those things have stressed me out in the past. But then I jump on camera here today, and I'll just be honest with you. All that stuff fell away. All of it. The feelings about not knowing what to say, not knowing who to talk to, not knowing where to go with content fell away. It was gone. And that's because I know that when I stop listening up here and let myself settle, naturally something different comes in its place. Thank you guys for stopping in. I want you to be a better you. And the way that I'm helping, or that I want you to be a better you, is simply by being more yourself. And as you're more yourself, other people will be more their selves, because that's how it works. Like, when I'm myself, you guys can listen to this content in a way that allows you to be yourself. When you're yourself in life, that allows your kids to be the way that they need to be. So all I'm saying is be more yourself so that we can all grow stronger together. Thank you.